it's time to dish with D. That's me. Thank you for clicking on this video and making yourself a priority. I am Denise. It is Wednesday. It is time for D's Wednesday Wisdom for Weight Loss. Ah. So if you've been following Wednesday Wisdom for Weight Loss, it used to be called My Topic of the Week, but we've covered a lot over the summer. We've covered protein, carbohydrates, sodium, fiber. We've really gone in depth to each of these nutrients. So this is the end of this month. So I don't know what we're going to do for next month. Maybe, I don't know. I have an idea. If you have any ideas, let me know because I'm always up for ideas. But I have something I'm tinkering with. But what did you learn out of this summer? What did you learn from these months of studying different things? Because it's a learning journey, and that's what I'm trying to help you with. I'm taking a class to become a nutrition coach, something like that. And I'm learning a lot. I'm also learning, the biggest thing I've learned so far is personal. Yeah, and that's why personal points should work, and it doesn't. At least for me, and again, I really think it's mindset. Everything is personal to everybody. Everybody's body works different with everything. There's really no set rule for how you should follow this or how you should follow that. And I'm inside because it's cold outside. I know. I wanted fall, but yeah, I didn't want 40 degrees right away. But yeah, I came in here because I was chilly. Long sleeves. But it's personal. Things are personal to you. I had somebody, a few people message me all the time with use me for accountability. Could I just tell you my weight? Sure. I'm all, if that helps you, then let's do it. So I have this one, and she emails me once a week, and she gives me her update, and she was up, I believe, a pound this week. She was a little down, and she said, she takes care of her husband. He has Alzheimer's, and she goes, I'm sorry, I'm using it as an excuse. And I said, stop right there. The word excuse, I don't like the word excuse, but I said to her, it's not an excuse. It's a reason. Because you can't get into the mind game of its excuses. You have a reason for stress. That is not an excuse. Don't beat yourself up because life is tough. You know what? And if food gives you a little bit of solace, it does. I can't sit there and judge that. Again, that's personal. I can't sit there and judge the fact that you ate for that specific reason. Should you not eat for that reason? Who am I to judge that? And what else I've learned is having this community, what I've learned is people, there's a lot of people out there that are lonely and are isolated. For what reason? I don't know. Could it be just, it all started with COVID, or maybe that's just their life. Maybe they're loners or they don't make friends well. Because let's face it, there are some people that are just not friendly out there. They're not. They're very in their own world, in their own little cliques. And sometimes they don't include people. And there are people out there that are alone and don't have somebody to talk to. And the community of Dish with D is a friend group. And I see that. And I see that people interact with each other. They call each other by name. They refer to each other. They remember things that they've talked about, and family situations, and, births of babies and deaths of spouses and things. And I've seen it help a lot of people. Because people say, well, a lot of this chat in the group isn't always about weight loss and healthy. And it isn't. And part of me is but sometimes people need to talk. People need to voice. People need to express. Because that helps them. That's their person. That's their personal. What works for somebody, I can't judge anything. I tell you all the time, I work on being less judgmental. I've done great strides in the last year. I really have. I'm trying to reach out of myself and be less judgmental and think of how, as much as I can sit there, I can judge that because I walked in their shoes. Well, yeah, you have, and yeah, you can, but should you? It was a priest gave a sermon about that last week about, there's people who are asking for money on the street, and you often say, well, geez, there are people or jobs everywhere. Why don't you just go work? I've said it. I've said it. But maybe there's a reason that they don't. Don't always assume that you know the answer to why people are the way they are, or why things are the way they are. Like, it's just like people who give, like, here's one of the things he mentioned. People who give on, what do they call that? The Facebook, GoFundMe's. He goes, you don't have to have your name. You could put anonymous. But people put their name. Why? Because they want other people to see it. They're not giving it to give. They're giving it to look better to everybody else. And he's right about that, because if I ever give to GoFundMe's, I have occasionally, not often, I always put anonymous. Because I don't need people to know that I gave. It comes for me to help them. I don't need credits. I don't need anybody to go, oh, look what Denise gave. Or I'll give more than her. Oh, people are like that. They are. So, whatever reason, like, and I said to her, back to the other lady, I said, don't ever think, that our reasons aren't valid, because they are. We work at this every day, and sometimes there's the harder days. Like, I had a bad day yesterday, with eating. I didn't start off that way. What I will say is, maybe we'll do that next month. Just stick to going back to old school. I've gone on this kick of intermittent. I don't want to use the word intermittent fasting, because I certainly don't. But I am putting this window of fasting between my dinner the night before my breakfast. And I do, since I've been home, been stretching that. Normally I get up, I have breakfast. Now it seems like I get up, I do some, whether I do some online class, whether I do some videos or work for the YouTube channel, then I have breakfast. So sometimes my breakfasts have been late. They've been 9:30, 10 o'clock, 10:30. And maybe I'm not prioritizing. I'm thinking, well, maybe if it's good that and maybe that's just not working for me. My whole life has always been get up, come down, have breakfast first. I'm not sure why that changed over the summer, but it did. And yesterday, if you didn't see the live, I was filming on location, as I like to call it. I do my Food Finds Fridays. I've been doing a few of them back to back, which has been a lot of fun, and going to the store. I did Target. I've done Trader Joe's. This week at Sam's Club. I think I may go to Aldi next week. I'm not sure. It's just to give you ideas of what you might see at these stores that are healthy options. Not always, like I say low point and low calorie, because some people don't follow points. But I went out yesterday. I went out well before 8. I don't know what I was thinking. I should have eaten breakfast. For some reason, I thought, well, I shouldn't be that late. First of all, by the time I got there, between, it's a little heavier traffic early in the morning with school buses and stuff. And I was in there close to an hour, 45 minutes, because you take your time, you're filming. I went up and down aisles that I don't go down with Steve because he bugs me. So I didn't get home till 11:30. Yeah, let's just say I was famished. And what do I always say? Hungry Denise makes bad choices. She does, because she doesn't care. I even got a latte on the way home that they messed up and gave me coffee. So that just really put me in a really bad mood. So when I'm in that, that heightened red state, I did make really bad choices the rest of the afternoon. Totally did. And I kept justifying, saying, well, I didn't eat breakfast. Well, how long does that last? So you know what? We're going back. Started today. Had my breakfast. Then I filmed. Actually, I filmed my breakfast, so I didn't film it though. What I eat a day. So much multitasking. So I filmed part of my meal prep. I'll share this with you. Coffee cake, pancake muffins. Now, honestly, isn't anything special in them. It was just the way I prepared them. You'll see it. It's really not that difficult or different. It's just kind of the way I put it together. And I will tell you, I couldn't finish them because I normally have a third of a cup of mix. This was a half a cup, which is what the serving is on the box. So I went with the half a cup because I needed a topping. But I couldn't finish. So I gave them to Peter. And he's like, oh. She says, what did you do? He goes, these are actually pretty good. So when the kid likes your stuff, booyah. It's good stuff. So yes, it's a riff on a pancake muffin that you just put pancake mix on top of it, and you crumble it with some, Lakanto brown sugar and some cinnamon and a little bit of applesauce and make a crumble. It's not rocket science, but it looks a little bit different. I put a little bit of glaze on top. It was a lot of fun, and it was they were adorable. They were adorable. There'd be cute little snacks for during the week. Just make a couple, a batch of them or something. But I made sure I ate on time today. I don't, here's the thing, and I'm not putting anybody down. I'm just giving what I don't like it. But why are we doing all these tricks? Like, oh, let's try intermittent fasting. Let's try low carb. Why don't we just eat less and eat normally and just follow what we do? Why are we trying to almost cheat the system? That's the thing that I'm trying, me included. Like, why am I trying to cheat? Am I trying to trick my body? It's smarter than I am. So yeah, I'm done with all this. Try this, try that. Ooh, let's do this. Let's do that. I am just going to do the stuff I used to do. I used to eat less. That was all I ever did. I ate less. I accounted for it. I ate less. And I feel like all these, let's try this, let's try that. It's like, it's more confusing than it needs to be. And could I tell you, this lemon perfect peach raspberry is probably my favorite. It's so good. And again, it's just water with a little bit of flavoring. It's 5 calories. Something different, but it's water with flavoring. It's kind of like water enhancer, but already in there. But yeah, I feel like sometimes, and I'm including myself, I overthink it. Let's try this. Let me stretch out my timeline to eat. Why? Let's just eat when I normally eat, when I've always eaten. Just because I'm home doesn't mean I should have breakfast later. I'm home. I have breakfast. I get up the same time I get up for work. Now I just take the dog out. So we're taking the dog out. We're having breakfast. This is how it's going to be. I'm tired. I don't need to have a day like I did yesterday. And it was just shitty eating is never good. Especially coming off of a weekend when you're away. You don't need to have a shitty day during the week, but I owned it, and I was proud to say it, because I feel like sometimes we come up here on this platform and act like that we know everything and we do everything right, and this is what you should do, and this is what there is no wrong or right. What's good for you isn't good for everybody. Like, maybe intermittent fasting works for you. I don't know. It doesn't work for me. I don't like the idea of rules. Like, I can't eat before this. I can't eat after this. Like, that's just too much rigidity for me. I need to eat when I want to eat and keep it in the context of my points. Because that's what I'm allowed to do according to WW. That's what I've always done. I've always, eating after dinner was a thing because I didn't feel well. I feel good now, so maybe I could fit in a little snack later. The problem is I don't want one, which is good, I guess. I mean, eat when you want to eat. That's what we should follow. Is that intuitive eating. If you want to eat, eat. And if you don't. And do I want to eat first thing in the morning? I sure do. So why am I not? I'm following somebody else's rules, not my own. So that's, the goal of this video today is make your own normal. Don't worry about what somebody else says or does. And ask yourself, why are they saying that? Why are they doing that? Are you what I'm saying? Like, we have to also realize why people say what they say. Do I need to pick up somebody else's bad habits or somebody else's neurosis? Like, that could be the thing. Like, you got to work on your own self. You can't, oh, well, she's doing that and look at her. And just because it works for her in her world doesn't mean it's going to work, or him, it's going to work for you. And you don't want to get at anybody's bad habits. We have enough of our own hang-ups to pick up anybody else's, So just find what you enjoy, what you like, and then make that work into your plan. But you have to have a plan. It doesn't have to be a big detailed plan. It could be a very sketchy plan, as long as it's something. Like, I don't think you have to nail down things like, this or that. I don't think so. We have plans. It's here. We have plans. We have our why. We have our goals. We have what we want to achieve. 3 things. It's not rocket science. It's basics. And that's why it's only 3, because we're working on basics. If you want to work a little bit harder, then you get the one that's complicated. We want the basics, because the more we simplify it, the more apt we're going to continue to do it. So, to my people out there, my friend who was taking care of her husband as an excuse, it's not an excuse. Word is overused. It's not. I mean, there's people who call excuses, or people, again, who need to call something because they just have to. Reasons are different, and reasons are valid. And sometimes we eat over it, and it's valid. I may be the one and only person out there that says that. I stand alone, and I'm proud of that. I am. So, that is Wednesday wisdom for today. Wasn't too much wisdom. There's some little tweaks in here. And it's funny. I always get people who say to me, were you talking to me? That's exactly what I needed to hear. So I get those brainwaves from you guys. So if you're going to sit there and tell me that, I got the brainwaves. And that's how I get inspired to speak. Because you guys speak to me telepathically. Sound good. But yes, that was for you and you and you and you, and especially you. So I hope it helped. And if you enjoy these Wednesday wisdoms, let me know down below. Give me ideas for Wednesday wisdoms. I could always use ideas. But then again, you send them to me telepathically. So, and if you enjoy this, give this video a thumbs up. And if you know anybody that could need some Wednesday weight loss wisdom, feel free to share this at your weight loss meeting, at your Zoom, in a weight loss group that you might know about. We have a lot of influx of new subscribers here on YouTube, in the group. It's crazy. So you're all welcome, and I welcome you all, and thank you all for subscribing. It's wonderful to see the community grow. We're only good. It's a little channel that could. So that's what I call it, and we can, and we will, and we are. So we will dish another day. I will see you Friday. I don't think I'm uploading tomorrow. I don't have anything planned, but you just never know with me. Fridays, Food Finds Friday is already filmed. It's already uploaded. We're at Sam's Club. And we'll see you Saturday for weigh-in, a meeting topic. I will be going. I'm not sure if we're going away this weekend with the weather. I don't know what's going on yet. But I don't think we're leaving before Saturday. So I should be able to get there. Unless he decides to leave, really early before the rain, then. But we'll see. I haven't heard anything. But thank you so much for subscribing, liking my videos, don't liking my videos, commenting, not commenting. All that stuff helps out the algorithm with YouTube. And when the YouTube algorithm is up, it shares my channel with bigger channels. So if, like I say, comments, just say hi. I love your channel. I hate your channel. I could take it. Not everybody has to love me. I always say, not everybody has to like me. I'm not out to get people to like me. I'm not that channel that needs to be liked. I am the channel that just needs to say, I think, the things that need to be said. And I don't know a lot of people that say the things that I say, that are strong enough to say the things that I say. Because I'm not out to, I'm out to just bring the topics that I hear from the ground, I think, Denise, end this video. You're talking way too long. All right, my lovelies, I gotta go. We will dish another day. Talk to you later.